Arbor One versus Shalea Wallace Napier.
Cheryl Wolkoff
Hello.
on behalf of the plaintiff.
2 weeks ago, we said that I was going to turn in the keys, and on that Thursday, and I didn't have to come to court. But Grace from SOS said that last week I was still called. So
And as of last night, my clients indicated they still don't have keys.
I turned them in the drop box. There's a drop box right outside the office door. I turned in the keys the previous Thursday. Around like
So you didn't
6
you
o'clock.
didn't hand them to anybody?
No, I put them in the drop box because I don't have a car. I don't have any transportation, so I had to get a ride up there, and I didn't get a ride till like 6:30.
So what type of identifying information are on those keys? Because
I mean, the door is to the first glass door, even though that's always unlocked. There's a key for that.
no. Is there anything on there that would identify that it was your unit that the landlord would know?
A black type of link keychain, like those type of little clip chain things they use for like rock climbing and stuff. Though one of those is like a tiny black one that the keys are attached to.
So you had a caliper on it. I don't
Just a
know
little
how I
key.
know that thing, but you had a black caliper on it. It was like a spring lock kind of thing with the.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'll
So
call my
what-
client, Your Honor, if we can pass this, just so I can get some
All right.
confirmation. Okay.
All right. Let me pass your case also. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, does that mean come or stay on here?
Yes, please.
Okay, no worries.
I still gotta send.
Okay. You still got to send. Oh, okay. And then Arbor One versus is it Nita Baptia? That matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Thank you.
Arbor One West versus Jack. Is it Mazurek? Yeah, no, I'll get it eventually, but then by that time the case will be done. Come on up.
Everybody does. Everybody messes up.
Morning, Your Honor.
All
Cheryl
right,
Wolkoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
State your name, sir.
Jack Wazork.
Okay. And where are we on this? Was this his motion?
Your Honor, I don't think he can argue the motion. There was a motion filed that was drafted clearly by legal aid, but signed by Mr. Wazorek. This was a health hazard due to bed bugs and roaches and the landlord not being able to access the premises and the premises not being available denying entry and not being prepped. We took a default judgment, and I know Your Honor wanted to review this, and that's where we were last week. It's landlord's position. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just say it's landlord's position. We want possession of the premises. We've had chronic issues with housekeeping, cleanliness. It's not fair to the other residents. This is an ongoing problem. I'm very willing and ready to argue that Park Forest does not apply to a health hazard. So I'm going to leave it to you what you want to hear, but I am strongly requesting a judgment here to stand.
Sure, go ahead.
Your Honor, I have had RPI in there twice inspecting my place. They never came in.
They being who?
Arbor One
Okay.
never came in. Wendy, the assistant manager, I told her that wasn't a problem. The garbage bags, like I told you last week, were not garbage. They described them as garbage. Those were pots and pans and stuff we had to put in the bags because they wanted to do a cockroach inspection. 6.5 years, I've never seen a cockroach. They turned it into, well, it's garbage. There's garbage all over the house. They never brought anybody in. I had paid a lady, a friend of mine, $100 after that to come in and make sure everything was in line. You got an affidavit from legal aid showing that RPI had been in there twice and gave me a pass inspection. They passed me twice. Arbor One has never come in to my house. Wendy told me she got the report on a Friday. She said she'd have somebody in there Monday. Nobody ever showed up at all to do an inspection at all. I had to call RPI when I got the court judgment and bring them in on it. which I told Arbor One, I told the assistant manager, Wendy, I wouldn't get Arbor One into it if we could help it. She wouldn't let it go. I've been having problems with maintenance in there since 6.5 years. I've been having problems with maintenance. All I'm trying to do is keep a good place. Arbor One, RBI come in there twice. They said the inspection passed inspection. So they never come in. They never, Arbor One never came in and did any kind of inspection at all.
Your
They
Honor, if
just
I
went
may just
by.
respond to this. First of all, I don't know what affidavit Mr. Wozorek is talking about. Second of all, we're talking apples and oranges here. We're not talking about RPI. We're talking about bed bugs. We're talking about the treatment provider came to the unit on 2/2, was denied access, and then
But
came
that
back
wasn't,
date of the
that
hearing.
wasn't the original.
Sir,
Judge
sir,
Barr.
I can, let Ms. Luckoff go. I let you go for a while. I just want to, go ahead, Ms. Luckoff.
The date of the hearing in front of Judge Barr, they were again denied entry. This is, and there are bed bugs in the unit. And that's not, this is multifamily living. I don't have to tell the court that's not fair to the other residents. So we are asking that the judgment stand and we recover possession of the unit.
Your Honor, they
Sir,
called me
Sir, what affidavit? Because I don't have,
because there was
I don't
one
have
from,
an affidavit either.
there's one from legal aid. They sent you a paperwork over. They sent you a bunch of paperwork over.
Who did?
In legal aid.
Sent me?
Yes. Yes. That's who I received my that I was supposed to see you about.
Sir, hold on a moment. The only thing that I've received that I have in the court file, the only thing that I've received was the motion to set aside default supplement. And that's the document that's signed.
I have all the paperwork in my briefcase that I can show you.
Okay, but sir, did you let the treatment providers in?
They were told
That's a yes or no.
yes.
When
Not,
you let them,
not at the time that they actually came the first 2 times when we were in court. Excuse me, Your Honor, but it's important that this is clarified. On the second, they were denied entry, and then on the court hearing date, which would have been the 16th, they were denied entry.
I
So
never denied
after the
them
fact,
entry.
after the judgment was entered, they were permitted entry.
So
Because
they were
never
denied.
obligation,
Sir, they were denied entry on the 2nd and the 16th,
correct.
or the
And
the
that's the
16th.
date of the hearing was the 16th.
Incorrect.
So did they come in on the 2nd, sir?
No, they talked to my son at the office. And he told them we weren't ready at that time. He wasn't
Okay,
part of
that's
that.
a denial of entry.
I never denied him entry.
Well,
They never
Not-
came to my door.
if you're not ready for the treatment, that's a denial of entry.
But that was through my son, not
On the
me.
16th,
On the 16th, I told him he could come in. I told him inspect if you want. I said, could you wait off for a couple hours? I'm at court with Zoom, on Zoom with the other court.
so
with the
they
other
were,
officer,
so
with the other
hold on a
judge.
second, sir. So what I'm hearing you tell me is that on that date, the unit wasn't ready to be sprayed either.
Yes, it was ready to be sprayed. We
Then-
just had
Then
to.
why were you asking them to wait?
Just because I was in court at court at that time. And they never gave me no warning that he was showing up or coming. It's supposed to take 24 hours notice. I didn't get no notice. They
That's
just
not
popped in the door. I had to go to court on Zoom with the other judge. I was there. I did not deny them entry. I told them, yes, if you want to come in and inspect, come on, inspect. I said, but can you wait until a couple of hours to spray till I'm done with court? They don't give me no time. They want to do it when they want to do it. They want to just
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. They needed to come in and do the treatment.
But they don't understand that we have a house we have to maintain ourselves. And when I'm on court, on Zoom, on the phone, all I'm asking for, I'll move out. I just need more time.
That's what
If
he said
that's what
2
they
weeks
want.
ago.
If they want me to move out, I'll move out. I just need more time to do it. Because see, the assistant manager, I don't know if this lawyer knows it or not, but they called.
When are you gonna move?
I don't know yet.
Okay, let me put it to you real straightforward. I've listened to what you've told me. I've looked at everything in the file, and both of those 2 times would be considered a denial of entry for treatment of the premises.
But yeah, they didn't even start with the bed bugs at all.
Sir, if you can argue with me all you want, I'm telling you what I'm finding.
Well, do I have a right to get a lawyer or go to trial with this? Because this ain't right. This is not right. I've been haunted by this company for maintenance. The first maintenance problem started years ago.
Sir, I'm explaining to you what my finding is. Now, if you want, you have a lot of opportunities to do what you want to do. I don't have a problem with that. All right, I'm explaining to you what my findings are. Understood? Is that a yes?
Yes, yes.
So what I'm trying to find in that the Judge Barr found that they were entitled to that, the writ should be signed. You have indicated to me that you will move, but that you needed time. So my question to you is, how much time did you need to move?
At least till like June.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Okay, because what it is Wendy, their assistant manager, called me last night at 7:00 and told me the lawyer told them they were coming in to exterminate today. I told him, yeah. I said, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at court. But they have access to come in and spray. And I'm asking, why would they do that if they're going to want us out anyways?
Because the problem that's causes problems for all of the other residents. If your unit doesn't get exterminated, everybody else in that building has a problem. That's why.
Correct. I understand that. I understand that. I've been self-exterminating myself before they ever showed up. I was self-exterminating with Orthex or whatever it is. I paid $20 a gallon for it. It didn't totally eliminate it. And I know what the problem is. I have to get rid of one of my couch. My couch is a major problem with them. And I'm getting rid of the couch this month. I needed money to buy another couch. And that's a major problem. It's right there. They're all in the couch. There's nowhere else in the house that they're accumulating that, just in there. And the other problem is the people that moved out before me in the building across the hall, they moved out 3 months before Arbor One discovered they moved, and they had to remove their couch and love seat because they left it behind.
Okay. All of that's fine. The problem is that the landlord, you objected when you came in here to the hearing that took place before Judge Barr. That's what you were giving me, which is the only reason that I set this where I did. The problem here is that there was a denial of entry to the premises.
But that one you got on the court docket.
It just is. It is what it is, sir.
But Your Honor, what I'm trying to say though is through the original judgment, it was over garbage bags. It wasn't over bed bugs. And they said we didn't prep for the bed bugs the first time. When they gave the court order, they never gave me a prep sheet. They never told me. They said, oh, go back to your prep sheet in December. We never got a prep sheet in December at all. They started this in January, and they said, go back to your prep sheet you got in December. to prep it. Well, I didn't never got no prep sheet on bed bugs. We get a prep sheet on cockroaches, which is total different prep. It's a total different prep for cockroaches and bed bugs. We never received a prep sheet for bed bugs. So we didn't know what to prep. So how could I bring them in and say, yeah, we'll prep when I don't have a prep sheet to know how to prep it or what they want for prep? And even the exterminator came in there and I asked him, are you doing bed bugs and cockroaches? He said, no. He said, I didn't even get a work order on bed bugs. They didn't even get a work order on it.
Your Honor,
Sir,
you want
let
me
me
to
just
respond?
say this. Every time I tell you what I'm finding, you keep telling me something new. It doesn't work that way.
But you're going to
I'm
only
dealing-
2 times, Your Honor. They're going to, you're only going to 2
Now,
times.
you can keep interrupting me all you want.
I'm sorry.
It's not going to change my decision.
I'm sorry. It's just,
There was a hearing that was held on this. The hearing, I don't find a defect in the hearing. I don't find a defect in the hearing. The judgment will stand, the writ will issue.
how long?
I'm done. The writ issues. It's the statutory, there's no period, sir. There was a hearing that was held.
Well, how long do I have to move? I'm saying, how long are they going to give me time?
I've just signed the writ, sir. So you're operating on borrowed time.
Well, because I'm going to lose my Section 8. If this writ goes through, I lose my Section 8. And I have no other way of paying my rent or anything. I've been there 6.5 years, paid my rent, never gave a problem at all to them. And because of bed bugs they're supposed to eliminate, I'm being accused of something I didn't even do. I haven't even done anything that is causes warrant for me to be evicted. That's why I'm asking. I just need a little more time, yeah. You know, I need at least a month. And now, if they're causing on a writ, that means they're evicting me. No place is going to touch me with an eviction. You understand what I'm saying? I go to some place, tell them, "Oh, I got evicted." I'm hit. I'm 60 years old. I don't have time for that. I was trying to retire. I told them up front, I would work with them on stuff. I said, no problem. I'll work with you. We got to work with it, work with it. You know, I don't know what else to say. I was never given a lawyer. I have to sit here and defend a lawyer when I don't have that kind of smarts. You know, I'm not that smart to deal with a lawyer. You know, and I'm not even given a chance for a.
Sir, do not come before me and tell me that as a tenant, you're not given a chance, not before me, because that doesn't happen before me.
Your Honor, I called a lawyer. They said they didn't have a lawyer for me.
Sir, you have interrupted me constantly through these proceedings.
I'm sorry.
Now are intending.
I apologize.
No, do not interrupt me again. You now want to insult me by saying that somehow or another you don't get a fair hearing when you came here. When you came here the first time, I told you what I would do. I read your motion. I went through everything to see whether or not there had been something, because you claimed a number of defects. I then bring you back here, have treated you fairly, have listened to everything you have said. And how dare you say to this court that somehow and or another you don't get a fair hearing for me? I've made my ruling. I'm done. Thank you. I'd suggest that you close your mouth as you leave, because otherwise you're going to be going with my bailiff.
Steps out.
Harbor One West versus Gwinnetta Artis.
For the record, Your Honor, Cheryl Walkoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello,
Hello,
what's your name?
Winetta Artist.
All right, where are we on this?
Your Honor, escrow, I believe was released. I don't think we've received it yet, but that doesn't surprise me. At the last hearing, you released.
That
No,
was a
no,
dig.
no,
That
no,
was a dig at us,
no,
wasn't it?
no.
And did
It's the Lanny mail. Your
Alan, did
mail
that
is
sound like a
terrible.
dig? Like we don't do stuff like on
No,
time? No, go ahead. That's okay. I'm a bit sensitive.
I have to tell you, usually the notices of adjournment, we open them after the hearing, not because of the court. The mail is so bad. That's why
Got
you
it.
guys are awesome and you send us the spreadsheet so we know when we have our hearing. Anyways, nothing to do with the
Okay.
court. And the tenant was supposed to pay $1,000, which I believe she did. And then yesterday I was notified she paid the 152. So we are good on her judgment. I mean, she does owe March rent.
So I'll tell you what I have in that. What was my total in escrow? Because I have 2980 in escrow.
Oh, but and that's been released, right? Or
All of it was mailed? Yes, all of it was mailed on the 28th.
okay. So then
So-
taking that into account, and she paid the 152. I think she paid it yesterday, but whatever, she paid it, and so it's fine.
That she
Um,
paid the 152 directly to you guys then.
That's my understanding. Is that correct, Ms. Ortiz?
Yes, to Arbor when I.
Yes.
Paid that.
Yeah, it was late. I said I was gonna pay it on Friday, but I went and spoke with Wendy, told her I'd bring it to her on Monday because I didn't have transportation to get to Kroger's. But over the weekend, somebody put fire extinguisher through my vents and destroyed my whole apartment. So that's the reason why I'm late on paying that 150.
What do you mean they destroyed your whole apartment?
I left, went upstairs to the neighbor's apartment, came back home, and my whole apartment, clothes, bed, everything was covered in fire extinguisher residue through the vents. So I had,
Vents?
yeah, so all my clothes, my bed, my TVs, my computer,
You
everything.
know anything about that, Miss?
I do not.
No, I didn't inform. her.
Okay, did you talk to the landlord
Yeah, I
about
talked
it?
to Wendy. She said
Okay.
that kids do it. It happened before kids do it, and it's my responsibility to clean it up and fix it. So.
Got it. Okay,
So
But I think-
the 150 was late, but I had.
it's okay.
Okay, but I had an appointment with Hawk on the 26th. That was originally previously scheduled, so I did keep that appointment. She did state that, they wanted to cover my March rent. But she needed a ledger that stated, what my rent would be for March with everything paid. So when I went to the office yesterday, they still, have.
They haven't received a check.
Yeah,
Okay, but it seems to me that has she satisfied the judgment?
Yes, I believe so. Let me just confirm.
All right. So the judgment's been satisfied. I'm gonna close this case out. Okay, and then what can happen is then you can still meet with Hawk. Ask the landlord to send over a ledger and maybe they can take care of everything before you have to come back into court.
okay,
Got it?
yes. Can I please ask Ms. Lookoff, or will you be able to get the ledger before I would? Because when I went yesterday, they were saying, she printed me off one, but it still say I owe like $4,000 and she don't know when she'll have it.
It's gonna show the 4,000 because the money that was in court escrow isn't there yet.
Okay,
Right.
So
So I do have
whatever-
one. Sorry, go ahead, John.
Go ahead. Ms. Lookoff.
I was just say, I this morning I asked for one that has March, so I do have that. But as Your Honor indicated, it's not going to reflect the escrow payment. And I'm just going to throw this out there, Your Honor, because otherwise we're going to have to file a new case. It's just going to have new court costs. So I don't know,
Okay, that's a
March.
good point. Maybe what I'll do, why don't I do this? Why don't I adjourn this out 2 weeks rather than get rid of the case?
okay. And Ms. Lookoff, I did send an email over to you with the contact person that I have in contact at Hawk. And I'm gonna reach back out to her because she said she was gonna get everything hopefully done within the first week of March.
Okay, so
Right.
what will happen is if we send it out on the 28th, the check should be getting there sometime, hopefully this week.
Okay,
And then that amount will be subtracted off, then they can get you a ledger and hopefully we can get that resolved. If I adjourn it out, Ms. Luckoff's right, if I adjourn it I'll never say that again.
Is that recorded? Okay, yeah.
If I adjourn it out a couple of weeks, that way, if something happens, they're not bringing you back in and you get more court costs. So it may save you money in the long run, okay? We'll do it that way. So it'll be March 15, 2024 at 1 p.m.
All right.
Okay, is there anything you want to yell at me about?
Nope.
Okay, because everybody seems to want to yell at me today, so I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity. All right. Thank you. Arbor One West versus Chauncey Hyman.
Cheryl Luckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Chauncey Hyman here.
In the case is he's Section 8, but
Okay, I
there was about
received.
5,000 owed the last time we were here.
Okay, Your Honor, I had a problem with that. That's not accurate. That amount ain't accurate. When I spoke with Hawk, I contacted Hawk and I received the appointment. I contacted Michelle at Hawk. The amount is incorrect. I was paid out through December, and if I was paid out through December, how can it be 5,000 at March? So they had a problem with that being, how could it be at 5,000 if I was paid out through
Hang on,
December?
Mr. Hyman, hold on one moment. Ms. Luckoff, what do you have as the balance?
I show including the March rent, Your Honor, $5,963.84.
Okay, so we're at about 6.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's confusing to Hawk too as well. I was paid out through December.
Well, hold on. Who's your provider for your Section 8?
Who's RPI management?
Okay, that may be part of our problem.
And then I received. Hold on, I also got a lawyer. I got a actual lawyer helping me with my Section 8 and my and this case as well. She sent me an email. And she wanted.
Who is it?
Miss Tish. I got the
Lee?
email, Your Honor. Yeah, Tish Lee, Miss Your Honor. I'm sorry. And she
So
sent me an
somebody
email.
else is helping you deal with the Section 8 part of this.
Yes, and Your Honor, I received a letter on the Section 8. I had the hearing, and when I had the hearing, Your Honor, I told the hearing, I told him I didn't want to keep going through all these terminations, and that I felt like I couldn't represent myself properly.
That's fine. That's fine. So Amy, where is she? Do you know anything about whether or not you guys are working through the program to try to deal with RPI and his unit?
Your Honor, I can't tell if he's actually already been put in with the SOS HCV retention team, so I'd like to get his permission to share his contact information with with that portion of SOS so that they can have a look into it. And
Do you have any problem with that, sir?
No, I don't.
okay, thank
Okay.
you.
That's going to help clear everything up, and I also.
I don't know what I don't know what it will do, but it can't hurt. I'll just say that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, and Your Honor, I wanted to also say, Your Honor, I also got an employee. I'll also start working Monday, so I'm gonna be able to start pay the balance down, and also I got a scheduled appointment with Hawk April 16th. So it's far out, but Your Honor, I submitted a SCR too as well. So I'm trying to take care of this
Ms. Luckoff,
diligently.
Ms. Luckoff, do you see payments from Section 8?
Ever, the last payment, so I see a HAP payment on June 2nd, several, June 1st and June 2nd. I see a payment, it's not labeled as a HAP payment. There was a $4,575 payment made on January 2nd. It
I
has a
made
check number. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. And Your Honor, I guess I'm just wondering, well, let me let you finish where you were going.
Oh, go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
was
Ms.
just gonna
Luckoff.
say, what is the basis, and forgive me if I don't have this in my notes, of the appeal? Because my concern on this is that we had a hearing on the 9th, we had a hearing on the 16th. Tish Lee is pretty good about, emailing me. Like, she emailed me on Mr. Wazirek. I don't have anything from her on this case. And I'm just wondering, what is the basis of the appeal? And we really, when did we bring her in? Because she didn't contact me.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So
if I may
here's the
speak.
way I'm seeing this. What my concern is probably much like Miss Grisham's case, that there's some payments that haven't been made. Well, one involves Inkster. We've had problems with RPI and with the other one about what they're paying. And the concern is that if you have you don't have any HAP payments. He's got Section 8, presuming, because otherwise also Tishley, I don't think would be involved at all. And I'm having a number of these cases, and I'm trying to give at least a little leeway for them to figure out if there is a problem and to try to get them to pay. Because I have to be sure that it's really the tenant that owes the money. If he owes the money, then fine. But so that while there may not be, I guess the best way to put this, while there may not be a legal basis for it, there are some concerns about what's actually going on with these HAP payments that causes the court some concern and some pause.
I do understand that. When you say, there have been HAP payments. There have been. They just haven't. In June, we had HAP payments, and then they stopped. And then the tenant sounds like he paid in January $4,575. So the last HAP payment was June 2nd, and then we've not received any HAP payments since then. It's just getting high, just concerning me.
Right. No, and I hear you. And sir, you still have Section 8 to your knowledge?
Yes,
Okay.
to my knowledge, and I haven't received no final notice as the proposal decision. I just received this letter in the mail on the 26th of this month, February, and it's just because I told you, I stated that I wanted to get this.
What letter did you receive on the 26th?
Okay, it say informal hearing status update of the date of the hearing, and they basically rehearing because
when is the date of the hearing?
they did not put it on here, Your Honor. It just say other, and it got the check mark under other. So I'm expecting to receive some more paperwork, Your Honor. I just received these two letters.
Who did you get that from?
Section 8, Your Honor. Mr.
So they've got a hearing set on your benefits.
Yes. But Your Honor,
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear. I don't want to make it seem like I'm lying or anything.
Sir, I don't need all that. I'm not thinking that you're lying. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening on your case. And it sounds to me like what's happening is legal services are working with you. You got a formal hearing. They haven't set a date for the formal hearing as of yet, because benefits stopped coming and nobody may know why. But the landlord's ledger is clearly indicating something happened because it stops in June. So it's not going to get any worse. We're at the 5,900 plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjourn this to the 15th. Hopefully we will have more information, and maybe Ms. Luckoff, it might be better. She's not here to maybe reach out to Tish and see
I will.
What's going on. March 15, 2024, 1 p.m.
Okay,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Arbor 1 versus Ashley Grisham.
Cheryl Luckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello, Ms. Grisham.
Good morning.
Hello, Ms. Luckoff. I didn't mean to ignore you. All right. Where are we on this? Okay, so here's what happened. Because Ms. Luckoff, you weren't here. And what actually ended up occurring, I think by the time the case got called, Ms. Grisham at some point last time came in and paid $1,700.
Hold on. When you say I wasn't here, I mean, I did appear in court via Zoom. Are you saying after the hearing?
See, she thought I was, she was thinking I was trying to say she didn't show up. I didn't say that. After you had appeared, after
Thank
we
you.
had handled your
You're precise.
cases.
Okay, just clarifying
Jeez,
that, Your Honor.
what, man, oh, man. All right, anyway, so you had appeared, left. Miss Grisham came in, paid the money, and then Miss Grisham was outside my courtroom. I don't know what she was doing, but she was talking some stuff. Anyway, she didn't think I heard, but oh yeah, we heard it all. Anyway, but she had come in and put the 1,700. She was panicked because she thought the 1,700 wasn't going to help her out, that she had lost it. She had paid it because of judgment, or I had denied her motion at that point in time. After we got her calmed down, I told her I would set it for today because it would, I think that might have paid everything, but I don't have the numbers in front of me now. How
Well,
much do
to
we have?
complicate,
How
Your
much
Honor,
have
I mean, we have March rent due, so I'm showing a balance of $6,899.
$6,899. How much do I have in this? Okay, I have $4,090 in escrow. So at this point, I'm 28. It's your March rent. Clicked in. How much is March rent?
March rent is $1,390.
Okay.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
I have the Section 8 pay over 5,000.
Section 8, that's right. We
So-
did have that issue.
That's the real issue. It's paid, even
Did
March.
they pay it?
Well, I have the emails that I
That's right.
forward
And
over.
I
It's
forgot about
okay.
that. No, it's
Okay.
okay. I was just remembering like that scowl.
I know it's a
I
lot.
was just remembering the scowl on your face. So it was still there. Some things I've forgotten. All right.
Do that part though.
Right. You remember Mr. Allen? She was scared. We were gonna have to take her down. She was all over the place. It was incredible. I worried for me and my family. All right. So she has thank you, Ms. Grisham, for reminding me of that. I think you provided me a copy of it too.
A ledger from them.
No, the email, I think, or whatever you sent. Was it a ledger? Yes, it was a ledger. So they were going to pay, Inkster Housing Commission was going to pay, what was it, 5,000? Was it 4,566, I think?
I know it didn't. I don't think it had March included.
They didn't have March in at the time.
No.
I have payment amount. Was it 4,566?
Yes,
Yes.
with an positive adjustment of 2,836 as well. For a total of
7,767, right. But then down at the bottom, they said payment amount. So I don't know what all that means. All right, but bottom line, Ms. Luckoff, and I know you don't have this, and I'll have my staff scan and fax to you. There should be a check that the landlord should be receiving from Inkster Housing Commission. I'm not sure how to read the ledger that they have in front of me, but they say total HAP, then they have positive adjustments, and then they have the total of $7,767. Then at the bottom, they say grand payment total, payment amount of $4,566. Now, can we get, so the way I understand it, she has $4,090 in escrow. Inkster Housing Commission is making a sizable adjustment. They're either paying the 7,767, or at best, they're paying 46 or 4,566. if that total payment amount is what it means. Which means she's gonna be clear and actually well paid out under either of those scenarios. So why don't I do this? Because I've got some other cases here, Ms. Luckoff. Let me pass it. Let me get this sent to her office so that we're all talking about the same.
It's also a letter saying what the current rent adjustment is.
Right, and
For
you did give me that also. So there are 3 sheets you gave
Yeah.
her. Yeah, 3 sheets that we're sending over because then on top of everything, because it can't get any more confusing, there's a rental adjustment for March.
Yeah.
So that
Well, it goes back to.
it goes, right, it
December.
goes back, but that's the payment
Correct.
that is going to be received. And then March's rent, while you
56.
have it at a certain amount, Ms. Luckoff, it looks like it's going to be adjusted for payment. So that's why Ms. Grisham was so angry. Right now, no, today you're smiling.
Correct. That is why.
But that
I was not like.
it was like evil, like hissing and like horns, and it was horrible, the whole thing. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me pass this one.
All right.
Let me get that information over to Ms. Blackoff so we all know what we're talking about. Oh, she actually said thank you. She did. It's just a much nicer day. It's amazing what happens in a week.